patch 1.24.1, we are going to be getting a little bit of a crew system rework. What this will do is just going to remove the percentages for your crew. So every single crew that you have will be a 100% crew. There will be no more when you go and buy a tank, such as this. If we go into the tech tree right now, and let's say I want to buy this tank here, we click purchase, recruit 4 crew members for free. Purchase, and straight away, this crew now has perks that are ready to go and 100% crew. Now what's going to happen when you first log into the game is that you can convert all your crew members that were below 100% crews or didn't have the first perk trained into crew books. So if you go up to barracks here, you can see that I can click on this and do convert, and it will convert all of my crew members that I had into crew books. As you can see, it reads here, you can obtain these crew books by converting undertrained crew members in the barracks. Undertrained crew members are members who have their first perk trained to less than 100%, do not have a 0 perk, and are not unique or reward characters. So any special commanders that you may have will not be touched. So Daki skill QB, any of those types of people will not be touched. You got Arnie as well. All of them, they will not be touched. They will be left alone from this conversion. Only the basic crew members will be converted into crew books. For example, I obviously haven't clicked convert yet, but you can see all of these should disappear because they are not trained to the first perk of 100%. And as you can see, I have a fair few of them. So if you now click convert, that will convert everything into here, and you'll see that I have all of these new crew books at my disposal. And now if we scroll down, you will see that, there are still people that don't have 100% crew. But that is because they're in vehicles already. So anybody that is in a vehicle will keep it. It will stay there. They're not going to remove it from your tank to convert it into a crew book, because that's kind of counterintuitive because you're going to put them back in there anyway. And now obviously you can go up to crew books and then you'll have a fair few that you can then play with. Just remember that anything that you convert will go into the nation that you are converting. So for example, if you convert a load of German crew members into crew books, they are going to be German crew books. They are not universal, they will have to be like for like. The next thing that's been changed is how you move crews up in tanks and how you respecialize them. Now for this example, we're actually going to go down in the tech tree, but it would work the other way as well. So I'm going to move my S-Conk crew down into the Conqueror. So all that we would have to do is find the tank that you want to put them in. You go ahead, you can either send them to barracks or you can do it this way where you just find this and then click it and it will move it for you. So as you can see here, if we now go back to the garage, the S-Conk does not have the commander anymore. So go ahead and put all of the crew members into the Conqueror, and now you will see that they are all red and none of their perks actually work. But you'll notice on the right hand side here, if we move it around a little bit, that none of these are red. They are all working as you would expect if this crew was 100%, because it is a 100% crew still. The only thing that you are now missing is the perks. So the way that you get your perks back now is if you go ahead, you click retrain, and you'll be greeted with this screen. Before, this screen would allow you to reset the crew to 50%, 75%, and 100%, and then you could also use some of your perk XP if you hadn't selected a perk at all and it was just sitting there to actually boost that up to 100% or however much you would gain. But now this is purely just perk XP that will be touched. So if you reset for this, you'll have a 20% efficiency penalty, meaning that your perks will not work as well as if they were 100%. So you would only have your perks working at 20%. Now obviously if you click this one, you'll get to 50%, and as you can also see, it is 50,000 XP out of 100,000. Now this is not XP for the tank, this is purely crew XP, which you will gain quite a lot of in comparison to just normal XP. Especially with all the boosters that are given out throughout the year with crew XP, they're usually quite readily available. You shouldn't have too many issues with grinding up 100k in any of the tanks. And it is a hell of a lot better to grind up that and only have your perks be a little bit less efficient than having your entire tank be less efficient because you don't have, you know, the gold to go and spend to get 100% crew straight away. So if we go ahead and click this for 80,000 credits, so now as you see, this will have a 50% next to it, and as you play games, this will level itself up. You can also see that if you scroll down, you'll see all the different boosts that are available to you or contributing from your perks. For example, the Armorer perk, I'm getting minus 12.7% from that. And if we go ahead and go into the profile, you'll see that when it's fully maxed out, you will get minus 20% to dispersion of a damaged gun. But because of the 50%, you are down to 12.7, which isn't quite 50%, but I also think that it then scales with Brothers in Arms and other stuff. As you can see here, Brothers in Arms is 2.5% because it is 50%, so that is how it will all work. So honestly, this is just a pretty big win for everyone. You know, we don't have the stupid 100% crew that we have to mess around with, where our tank is then considerably less effective if you're just trying to grind up the tech tree. I think this is a good change for everyone. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and play a game in the Conqueror just to see what percent we would go up to if we just played one game. Well, I mean, maybe I won't play it then. Either way, I don't think it's going to take you that long to actually grind up through 100k XP. And realistically, it's only going to be 80,000 XP that you need at the bare minimum. One thing to note is that you cannot use crew books until this percentage is all the way at 100%. So for example, if you go into the crew books here, the efficiency will need to be up to 100% before you can use any of these crew books besides the personal training manual. So let's say that you go ahead, you grind it up to 100%, and now you are back to exactly how your crew was before you did this. So that is it for the update. There is not a lot that is actually going on other than they're removing the percentages for the crews and just changing it to the perks only. So now you don't have to worry about when you're moving stuff up, about it affecting the overall playability of the tank. You can still go ahead and move your crews into your reward tanks or your premium tanks as long as they are the same class and the same nation. Just like this with the Conqueror, I could go ahead and move this into the FV215B, Conqueror crew, and just like that, they have all got 100% efficiency, 100% perks, nothing is an issue. So let me know your thoughts down below about the changes, and I'll see you all in the next one.